Check. Check.
I'll try and clean it up.
Yes, I got my. There we go.
All right, you can see me now.
Yeah, I can see and hear you again. I think Google messed up on us.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. Damn Google.
That happens. I won't take much more of your time. I got like three more questions for you, if you don't mind, sir.
No problem at all.
Now, next one was what's your personal favorite piece of work you ever did, song wise?
Ah, that's a good one. That's I think it's gonna be made to move mountains
Okay.
because it was in a moment of my life where I needed to go and do something, and so the song called well, it's called "Made" in brackets. It says "Move Mountains." Um, made to move mountains, but there's also some new ones too that people haven't heard yet that are going to come out that does stand holds a lot of weight for me as well. But for the ones that I've done, made to move mountains is going to be one of them.
That's awesome. So you're just getting into my next question about when can we expect some new music or some shows?
Well, new music is always happening. Shows, I wish I could be everywhere every time.
Want to get you
Like
down here in New York if possible one of these days.
yeah, like I remember going down there. I remember going down to New York one time, and it's a crazy story. I was with Bobito from Bobito and Stretch. and we went there, and then we brought these chocolate bars down, and there were chocolate bars, and they were like, "Oh, this guy brought his own chocolate bar candy, or you guys call them candy bars or something like that." And they're like, "Oh, he brought his own candy bars down over here," and we were like, "Yeah." But, but it was dope. Everybody started eating them and whatever. Like it was a great moment. That
Oh, that's
moment
awesome.
was a great moment. And like I sit there and as you being a hip hop lover as well, it's like I sit there and I watch and I sit there and I say to myself, I say, man, these guys like because right now everything with hip hop is like melody and
Mhm.
meaning the lyrics are being taken away from and whatever. Like I don't know, I don't want to sound like an old fink or some type of old guy, whatever.
We kind of
But
in
like
love
I
with that.
know
We grew up with it, you know.
we grew up like you could never bite. You can't bite other people's lyrics.
No.
You can't do other people's style, and then you definitely can't do anything that's whack.
Oh, exactly.
So when I hear like some songs or whatever, it's whatever it is. Like again, I'm not trying to go and sit there and whatever. I like what I like. I guess other people like what they like.
Oh yeah.
But like we hear this stuff, but like I know, man, doing it meant something. And then when you had to go and rap, it meant something. When somebody sat there, I remember I share a story with you.
Okay.
Before 50 Cent was 50 Cent, I remember we were actually in, I don't remember the office. I think it was Def Jam. It could have been Sony. I can't remember the office. But we were all together and we were in this one area. And there was a guy, his name, I think it was, must have been like in Def Jam, but in Sony. Anyways,
Mhm.
me and 50 Cent back then were there, and then we were listening to beats,
No shit.
and then they're like rap, like how people just be like
Yeah.
rap. It's like okay, well, fuck, because they knew I was from Canada, and I guess they were trying to figure out what this Canadian guy has to say, and so we were rapping, and we were rapping on beats and going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe about a half a year later, maybe a year later or whatever, then Wang Gangster came out,
Mhm.
or
A wankster.
and then yeah, and then I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, I just went to battle. I knew of him before because he had the song How to Rob,
Mhm.
but it was just like that kind of crazy situation
That's
of that's how it came out from before. Like like I'm sitting here and I'm doing it, and we're rapping on the same beats. Like it was like, okay, you go, then okay, you go, then you go, and you go, and then you go, and then you go, and we're like sitting there and we're like doing all this stuff, and we're like, yo,
man.
but that's cool. That's yeah, man. That's cool shit right there.
That's
That's
an
cool
awesome
shit. Like,
story.
yeah, he would never. He probably wouldn't even know. He probably wouldn't even remember. And whatever, like as his life is and his music is gone, like him, Eminem, like being in New Orleans and we're in Eminem and going, me and Eminem walking into check out Nas right when You Can Hate Me Now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had their concert or their show down there. We were in New Orleans, and You Can Hate Me Now, and songs are just going and going. Like, they played it probably like 17 times that night.
Was it the single release party?
It probably was, but it was like crazy, whatever. And I'm like sitting there, and then I'm like Harris. I won $1,000 at Harris though.
Oh, nice.
That yeah, that casino machine over there. But like it was around in that area. But like it was you had to do stuff. Like you had to go and sit there and work, and you had to go and you had to be saying something.
Yeah. It
You
just yeah.
know, you couldn't just be like, I mean, like, look, exactly what I just said right there. You couldn't
Yep.
get away with. So, anyways,
All
I'm
right.
not
It
judging. I'm not whatever. I'm just saying it was awesome. It was awesome
was
meeting
a
those
great
guys,
time in
and then
music.
great time in music. And now I sit there and I'm friends with people like Redman. I'm friends with people like Method Man. I'm friends with people like Common. I'm friends
Oh,
with people like whatever. It's like unimaginable
that's awesome.
because they're people I listen to and I check every once in a while, like all the time. Like I check them all the time. They're awesome artists.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%. That's awesome, man.
And then for me to go and be sampled by Gangstar,
Oh
Premier,
man.
Premier, who made this thinking, what was it? Boom, boom, boom. What was the song with Ja Rule the Damager?
Oh, I can't even think of the name right now.
Yeah, but that one, you know the one though.
Yup.
You know the song. When you hear it, you'll be like, "That's the song I was talking about." Ja Rule the Damager. He did Nas. He did whatever. I remember meeting him, and we were like, and I felt so overrated because I was sitting there, and he. I remember I was down with Socrates in New York, and we were in a limo just because they gave him a limo, and then and DJ Premier is sitting there, and he's over there. I'm like, I feel so overdressed right now. This limo, and Premier is coming out of his he's coming out of his big truck. I forget what kind of car it was, but I'm sure it was like over $70,000 worth. But he coming out his truck, but we're in a limo. But like just meeting these guys, like these guys, these people.
Oh yeah, just people you just listen to. Even me talking to you today, I'm fucking. I was nervous as shit getting on here. I'm really happy you're talking to me.
Oh well, you know what? Never be nervous with me because
Oh,
I'm
I know
such a
you're
fan.
cool. You're a cool guy, man. You're down to earth.
I'm such a fan. I'm such a fan on everything. I'm such a fan on everything. Like I'm probably the biggest nerd fan on everything. Like right now, I'm gonna go and sit there and grab myself a sandwich. I need to go and get another shawarma. I was getting a shawarma. I'm gonna get another one.
I got one more question for you, buddy, then I'll let you go. If you could pass
Okay,
if you could pass down one golden piece of advice to aspiring rappers out there right now, what would it be?
be yourself. 100%. 100%. Be yourself because you might think you need to be something, but you will never imagine. And I've met them. You will never imagine the people that go and sit there and say the random. I remember this song from you. This is me talking about the other guys. I remember this one song that you had, and it was called blah blah blah, and that really made my day. I've learned that people make me more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the fact like people will come up to me and be like, "Oh, this song pushed me through. This song pushed me through. This song did whatever, whatever." And I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah." But they're serious. They're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And I'm like standing there and I'm like, "Oh, really?" Because you could go and try and copy somebody else out there, and they might as well go in like the other person, the original person that made the song.
Mm.
If you're yourself and somebody likes you, then they like you for who you are. And that actually creates tears in my eyes
That's awesome.
because there's some really cool people. And something I tell my son, I tell him all the time. I sit there and say to him, I said, you know what? Be who you are because you're gonna never meet anybody else that's gonna be as superstar as you are when they know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then when they go in there, like, and they come and they see me and they like shake my hand, like random people you wouldn't even think, like not hip hop people, like people dressed in I
Mhm.
don't know, whatever they're wearing and whatever shoe style and whatever they're doing, whatever. But like just like, they're wearing like a cardigan and something, and they're like, "Are you Chocolate?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, I remember I have that song." And yes, "Let's Ride." That's the one song that they might know.
Yep.
They might say, "Oh, that song called Made to Move Mountains or Skyline, that really pushed me over." And I'm like, "You know that song?" Like in my mind, I don't say it out loud, but in my mind, I'm like, "You know that song?" And they're like, "Yeah, that song Skyline, that really was a big song or whatever." And they look like they work at the bank,
That's awesome. People,
but they
it just
like sit there and yeah, and they tell me whatever. And that to me is awesome
it is. Anybody from
because
all walks of life.
I really touched you like that, really, like, and it kind of messes up my mind a little bit because I'm like, what do I want to do? Because I know that the music, it goes and touches people.
Oh yeah,
How can I go and touch them some more?
that's awesome.
And then all I get from that, and what I get from that is just be yourself. Be
I like
yourself.
that answer.
Because yeah, because that's who I was and when I made the music, and that's who I'm gonna be continuing.
That's it, man.
Be yourself. To any other artists coming up, be yourself. Jam hard, like jam hard. Go hard.
Oh yeah,
But be yourself in your music, and people will love you for your music. Because then no one can tell you that you're doing anything else other than what you're doing.
exactly. That's great, man.
You're yourself. Yeah.
So I want to at the end when we put the interview up, I like to play a song clip. You have anything in particular that you want me to play?
I want you to play as we spoke about it a little bit a lot. I think it's on my website or on my YouTube page. It's called Made to Move
Yeah, I
Mountains.
got it right here.
Oh, you got it.
Yup,
That's what I want. Yeah, because I want people to go and sit there and feel that they can be something.
that's awesome.
Made to, yeah,
That's great. Thank you for talking with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out, man.
no problem, brother. I'm glad that even though we went through our whatever, I'm trying to figure out. I can't see you. You can't see me. I don't know.
Well, we're good to
But
go. I got the video editing software. I'll splice them together. No one will know the difference.
all right. Well, it's great. It's great. And you have a wonderful day, eh? Have
You
a
too.
great day.
Nice meeting you, man.
All right. You too.
Take care. Bye bye.
All right. Take care, bro.